Hey, thanks for joining me. Transhumanism is seen as the eventual inevitable push towards the merging of man with machine. In the mainstream, this is usually touted as something to look forward to, something which will enhance our everyday lives, making them more convenient through technologies such as microchips, artificial organs, virtual reality systems, smart houses, all which work hand in hand with artificial intelligence. The prospect of transhumanism is most often seen as something that will happen in the future, but I'm telling you right now, the agenda is almost complete. This agenda has been handed to us in the form of creature comforts, powered by a soul-stealing electromagnetic grid system. This grid structure envelops all technologies, our microwaves, smart meters, phones, computers, lights, everything that uses electrical signals. Why do you think humanity has been incrementally given a technological prison under the guise of a bright future? New technology is always promoted as a good thing. But the thing about this agenda is that it's brilliantly evil. We are released devices advertised as conveniences that will make our lives better and make us more connected. We consent to this manipulation and don't even realize the slow AI assimilation which is going on, one which is about to reach a critical mass if we don't roll up our sleeves and act soon. In this presentation, we will talk about the coming 5G technology, which is the nail in the coffin of this entire AI agenda. This isn't just about physically saving ourselves from health problems, brain damage, death, DNA mutation. It's about preserving the very essence which makes us human. Our wireless devices currently utilize a 4G network. The 5G network is set to be installed in the next few years. The first commercial deployment will be somewhere around 2020, with rollout beginning at the end of 2018 in various cities around the world. 5G is not merely an upgrade of wireless infrastructure. It is the final leap towards the installment of a total technological control grid. The agenda is to cover the entire Earth, including rural areas, with the 5G electromagnetic blanket so that its effects can literally not be escaped. These are millimeter waves, literal military technology. None of this has been fully tested, and every living thing which has been subjected to it in the lab has either perished or had severe injury at a cellular level. Even without these 5G towers, we are already swimming in a muck of electromagnetic radiation, which has been increasing cancer rates, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, chronic fatigue, Lyme disease, asthma, heart problems, chest pain, forgetfulness, digestive disorders, brain tumors, lupus, arthritis, skin conditions. Our immune systems are shot because we are swimming in this sea of radiation. And 5G is taking this radiation and increasing by over 30-fold. So we're not dealing with just an arbitrary technology which is being released for our convenience. This is a literal weapon being imposed onto the public.
The technology that's coming is going to be broadcasting at 60 gigahertz. That is the absorption spectrum of oxygen molecules. There are instances where 60 gigahertz systems have been deployed in the United States, and it is a weaponized system. What happens at the molecular level when you have oxygen molecules being hit with radio frequency emissions at 60 gigahertz, which you think is fine, and you don't understand what this stuff does, and I'm glad you're going to be recusing yourself from all the votes, is it affects the orbital properties of the electrons and the hemoglobin's ability to bind the oxygen molecules. A very short amount of time without air, and it's lights out meatball for all metabolic processes in a human body and all other life forms as we know them.
5G will be able to penetrate everything in its path. All material objects and even water and oxygen molecules, all are subject to tampering with because of these frequencies. 5G will be working with microchip technology that has already been stored within our food, our credit cards, televisions. The groundwork has already been laid out in this electromagnetic grid for everything to receive the 5G signals. And the intention is to cover all parts of the world so nothing can escape this death grid. So we really need to buckle down and realize what we're dealing with. 5G is not one system. It's a multitude of AI alien technologies designed to work together. Chemtrails are loaded with nanotechnology, microscopic sentient fibers which bind to our neural system, making us susceptible to psychotronic weaponry and mind control as we become both receivers and transmitters, allowing behavior-modifying signals to be sent and received directly by us from the electromagnetic grid. Chemtrails also contain a multitude of heavy metals, aluminum, barium, and thorium, just to name a few. What happens when these particles rain down year after year on our environment? Our surroundings become coated with an invisible but pervasive skin of positively charged metals, and we become conductive. Yes, the heavy metals get lodged in our bones, tissues, and organs. Thus, we all become receptors for the signals coming from Gwen Towers, microwave radiation, and hidden underground technology. These signals are able to not just mutate our DNA, messing with our mitochondria's ability to produce energy, and therefore misaligning our sacred genetic code, but the signals are able to feed off and instill emotions, thought forms within us. This electromagnetic smog, paired with our body's conductivity and the nanotechnology, all work together to slowly, inch by inch, convert our natural light energy into electrical signals that can be manipulated and fed off of. This is the true mechanism of the energy extraction matrix. Our energy is literally converted at the cellular level, from light to electricity, through use of this technology, through the EMFs, the radiation, which bounce to and from every crevice of our bodies, day in and day out. And 5G is the final touch. The agenda is carried out by unseen forces. Who is an irrelevant question right now. It is a parasitic force using the Earth's vulnerable humans as an energy source. The speed of the 4G network is already fast, really fast. I mean, we can send texts, make calls, and look things up online in 2 seconds with the network that's already installed. So who is asking for 5G? Nobody. This is being rolled out as a means of slavery. Our natural rhythm is something close to the Schumann resonance of the Earth, which is 7.83 hertz. With 5G, we're talking about frequency bands not hundreds, not thousands, not millions, but actually billions times this frequency. To say this is completely unnatural is an understatement. It's completely out of balance and insane. Our technology has already wreaked havoc on our energy fields, but 5G is a leap into such foreign territory. We have to conclude it's only here for our destruction. Again, this electromagnetic smog tampers with our DNA and our ability to reproduce. This is not just about having some headaches or higher rates of cancer. The very building blocks to all existence is being targeted and destroyed inch by inch. The possibilities with the installation of 5G are many. This could be a death switch to kill off the human race, while the non-human entity elite hide in their underground bases to avoid such catastrophe. This could initiate the singularity, the final merging of man with machine, where we become nothing more than androids. This could be a mechanism of keeping everyone's thoughts and actions aligned with that of spiritual degradation in order to slowly assimilate us into an etheric soul-stealing web that prevents an otherwise natural spiritual evolution and keeps the energy extraction matrix alive. We could all get very sick from this technology and be offered a new vaccine in the name of some strange new illness which scientists have discovered. But it would be bullshit. Hell on earth could finally occur as billions of people are affected with voices in their heads projected from these electrical signals. This could kill so much of nature that we're forced to cannibalize each other. I know, this sounds scary, but it's real, and we need to confront this reality right now. Many of us in the spiritual community have experienced the dark night of the soul, or feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. The New Age social engineering doctrines want to tell us that these feelings and experiences have to do solely with our inability to purge our shadow selves, to realize unity consciousness. But knowing the harmful effects of these technologies, knowing that we are so far removed from the natural world, is it no wonder why so many of us feel lost, confused, and out of sync? We are being slowly cooked like frogs in a pot of boiling water. So it's time to snap the fuck out of the perspective that we're broken and must focus on an ascensional process. We're not shifting to 5D, folks. We're going to 5G. We feel like shit because we're surrounded by electrical poison. The natural frequency of this earth is being tampered with, and therefore our connection with it in all ways is being severed artificially. We have a big problem, and instead of remaining in fear of the unknown, it's time to stand up and take this situation by the balls. The further we are from these towers, and the more immersed we are in natural environments, the more protected we will be. Now, chemtrails are global. There's no way to fully protect from their reach. 5G will try to encompass every living thing. But funny enough, these powerful signals are severely dampened by trees, by lush vegetation. This is why in California and other parts of the world, there have been attempts to eradicate the trees through directed energy weapon warfare. This is trying to clear the path for the 5G signals. So, there's a lot of ways we can go about solving this issue. Information is key, and we need to stop thinking online activism is the only way. We need to, in the flesh, start explaining to those around us in our communities what we're dealing with. There's an infinite amount of ways to use our creative energy and funnel it into step-by-step solutions that can conglomerate into a better world.